Sam Pyne, and he is the Ashanti Regional NPP Secretary over. Good afternoon, Mr. Pyne.
Well, good afternoon.
And thanks for joining us. First of all, you have been monitoring this process since it started. What have you observed?
Well, thank you very much, and afternoon to those watching you. Yes, as probably the other time, the early days where we encountered a few breakdowns of machines that the EC fixed. What it's been wrong with the situation is since day one, the kind of violence that has characterized the Ashanti region, especially violence from the NDC, where a lot of some centers have seen vandalism of the EC's registration equipment, assault on people and the rest, and this disrupted registration for some time. Then also, when you go to the campus, especially at Pyne University, the difficulty in getting the students to register, where it was a last-minute effort to get a kit for them to undertake registration there, has also, when most of the students who are eligible to register unregistered, then if you are unable to do that, then definitely the EC should take a look at the mop-up exercise in these areas. The most challenging aspect is the kind of balance that and the equipment and the opportunity for people, but the lost time at those places, the opportunity for them to get registered.
Okay, you made mention of the KNUST. Others have also talked about University of Ghana, Legon. Would you support calls that the EC should extend the date for especially these particular places for them to embark on the process?
It is their constitutional right. If they are willing to have their names on the register and the actions or the inactions of the electoral committee are unable to do so, it amounts to disenfranchising them. So you need what we need now is to make sure that yes, these students are given opportunity so that they can also have franchise in Ghana. And so I believe that yes, the electoral commission should make efforts, make sure that yes, the number of people who have never registered get that opportunity. It's not only their campuses, especially places where they vandalize the equipment and people could really have the opportunity to do that. Sokoramampong, for instance, there are a lot of people in the queue when the NDC vandalized that, and the same thing applies to Kantinkrono and Jinyasi. All these people, and it's across the country, all these people need to be given an opportunity to have their names so that they are not disenfranchised.
Well, one issue that also came up during the process is people getting guarantors to guarantee for them, to go through the process. Did you encounter those issues, and what specifically do you think needs to be done?
We did, especially before you have senior high schools. And I remember when we met the electoral commission, it was agreed and it was a good move that yes, masters or tutors on campus, the various senior high schools, can vouch for these students standing as guarantors. But when you go to certain places, they disallowed the tutors, and they were looking for house numbers. Meanwhile, the person is in Accra, the person is schooling at Anglican Senior High School. You've been there for 2 years, 3 years. Person going to register, and people will tell them they need to get an address from Accra. That was a ridiculous assertion by especially the NDC, and thereby putting lots of challenges. I tell you, it's when they put the data together, you find out that the total number of people who are challenged countrywide, Ashanti is going to top it, because NDC was a major plan that every single person who came to register, they make sure that the person is challenged.
Well, before you finally go, what will be your general assessment of the entire process?
Yeah, my assessment, the publicity was low, and the kind of days that they gave, 5 days to a polling station. Meanwhile, the constitutional time that they gave was a 10-day period. These are all put together, the balance that came up and the inability of the police to cope with these operations. I think I'll give it a little above average.
All right, thank you very much for joining us here live on TV3. Midday Live. You're watching this. I have been speaking with Mr. Pyne, and he is the NPP Regional Secretary, and we have been talking about the limited registration ongoing. And today is actually the last day. He's saying the registration, actually there was low publicity. There are some issues with some of the registration centers, but more needs to be done, and he's urging the Electoral Commission, to double up in putting measures in place so that we do not experience some of these issues when this particular process comes up. You're watching Midday Live here